Hi everyone, welcome to the June edition of the Illuminate Town Hall. We'll give it a couple of minutes just to let people join the live stream and then we'll kick things off, but we have a really good lineup for you today. Drop us a comment in the chat and let us know where you're joining from. Hi everyone who's just joining. We're going to give it one more minute to let people join and then we'll kick things off. But in the meantime, drop us a comment in the chat and let us know where you're joining from today. Tash from the UK. Hey Tash. Hey Crystal. Hey Darius. It's good to see some people. Nice. Okay. I think we can probably kick things off. So good morning, good afternoon, depending on where you are in the world, and welcome to Illuminate. For anyone who hasn't joined before, this is a virtual town hall hosted by Mina Foundation. I'm Becky, Ecosystem Comms Manager on the marketing team, and I will be your host for today's session. So we have an exciting agenda today that covers updates from different work streams across the foundation. So product engineering to community programs, protocol governance, and more. And then we also have special guest O1 Labs who are joining us to provide an update on the recent Berkeley upgrade. So in case this is your first town hall, the aim of these calls is to serve as a platform for us to share high-level updates, engage in open discussions, and also provide an avenue for ecosystem projects to seek support and foster synergies within the community. So please say hello in the chat and let us know where you're joining from. We encourage participation throughout the session and really appreciate your insights and ideas. So without further ado, let's dive into today's agenda. So we'll begin with a quick overview of where Mina has been for the past month. Then we'll talk about product and engineering from Salah and Philip. Then we'll follow that up with some discussions on the community programs with Will and Haresh before Remy talks us through updates from the protocol governance team. To wrap things up, our ecosystem guests will share what the what the Berkeley upgrade process looked like from their side. And like I said last month, there's so much work happening behind the scenes and we'll be sharing more as the months go by. So we hope this gives you some insight into that. And if there's something that you'd like to hear more about, please let us know in the chat. So yeah, let me move on to the next slide. So the last month in Mina. We thought we'd give you a quick overview of Mina over the past month just to give you some insight into what's been happening across the ecosystem. First up, and probably the biggest update, is that the Berkeley upgrade, which brings ZK programmability to Mina Protocol's mainnet, was successfully completed last week, thanks to the combined efforts of ecosystem participants. I won't share any more on that because we have Salah and O1 Labs joining us to give more, so I'll let them do their job there. Mina Foundation was also present at the Crypto Valley Annual Summit in Switzerland, where our CEO, Kurt, delivered a keynote on how ZK tech is transforming blockchain. David Park, Mina Foundation's Director of APAC Strategy and Growth, joined a panel discussion at GM Vietnam on the topic of secured scaling from a modular approach. You can actually read a recap on his X profile, so I'll share a link to that in the chat shortly. And then last but not least, some of the teams attended ZK Hack in Krakow earlier this month, sponsored by Mina Foundation. Haresh is going to talk to us more about that later on, but 8 out of the 40 teams participated in a Mina-related track. So really exciting times for the ecosystem. I will now hand it over to Salah, who's going to talk to us about the Berkeley upgrade and what that means for the ecosystem. So Salah, over to you.
Thanks, Becky, and hello everyone. Yes, so I think it's time to celebrate. This is a huge milestone for the Mina ecosystem. So as you mentioned it already, Becky, the upgrade successfully took place on June 4th. And as you already know, it brings enhanced programmability to mainnet. So this is through ZK apps. So overall, there were 3 key features that have been implemented and part of this mainnet upgrade. Those features have been, of course, proposed, voted by the community, and then later implemented. And those features are mainly easier ZK app programmability, a more powerful proof system, which is called Kimchi, and finally the removal of supercharged rewards. Now, what does that mean for the ecosystem? Well, from a developer perspective, it empowers users to build off-chain and verify on-chain for scale, offering customizability, cost efficiency, and also enhancing privacy. So you heard probably about ZK apps. So now ZK apps are available on mainnet. And from a user perspective, Mina allows interactions with the chain to verify the truth of their data while keeping their information private. So this is a huge difference compared to the other chains. So everything you put into Mina blockchain is really private. So you don't put anything private in that blockchain. So you put only the proofs there. So I believe this is like huge added value for the end users and for all Mina community builders and users. If you don't mind to move to the next slides, just to cover, to give an update or an overview on how the upgrade went. So I'm happy that the upgrade went well. I'm happy to announce that the upgrade process went smoothly. And when I say smoothly, that was from all perspectives. From technology point of view, because we delivered a product that is already on mainnet, that is stable. So that was a success. That was also a success from community point of view, because we had a huge traction from community. We had huge involvement from community. And once again, I wanted to highlight it again. We don't speak too much about it, but this is a community project. This is not MF only project. This is not One Labs only project. So this is also the work of community. So once again, the community perspective was really, really, really successful. And I take this opportunity to say thank you very much to everyone involved in this upgrade, but also thank you to everyone who was watching how the upgrade went. You see there are a few numbers. The numbers here have been taken yesterday, so it shows clearly how the upgrade went well. So in terms of total stake, we believe that more than 61% of the total stake is already on the new chain, has been migrated. So when I speak about total stake, that's probably only one indicator. The second one is the active stake. So when we speak about the active stake, it's mainly the stake that is producing blocks and keeping the chain alive. So we really believe that we reached a higher score than this one, higher number, which is close to 98% of the active stake. And this is huge. This is huge. And when you look to the Mina ecosystem, Mina community, Mina builders and node operators, there are a lot. And when we speak about 98%, 99% of active stake migrated, I don't call this success, but this is a huge success. So once again, thank you very much. From community point of view, it went well. From technology point of view, it went well. We believe that it was also an opportunity for us to enhance our communication, also to enhance the areas where we were not doing well. So once again, thank you very much. Just in terms of the successful of this upgrade, if you look to the different public explorers, you see that the block production is looking healthy. You can use any of the public explorers. You can see the transactions. You can see the blocks. You can see that the supercharged rewards have been reduced as voted by community. On the archive node side, same thing, everything went well. Once again, I think this is also thanks to community, because during all the tests that have been completed before mainnet upgrade, we got a lot of feedback from community that we tried to take into account in order to enhance the process and the hard fork mechanism, and that was clearly a success. Then also I wanted to give another metric that is not in this slide. It's mainly the number of open bugs that have been reported by community and exchanges during the hard fork process, and also post mainnet upgrade. I can say that there are no critical bugs at this stage, at least reported post mainnet upgrade. There was one minor one that has been already fixed. Yeah, so once again, I just wanted to finish this by celebrating again, by saying again, huge thank you to everyone, to Mina community. Yeah, and also looking forward to the future improvements, to future features, to more success for Mina community and Mina ecosystem. I think that's it. So back to you, Vicky. Once again, thank you very much, everyone.
Thanks, Salah. Thanks for the great update. If you want to keep in the loop on further updates, you can join us in the Discord server where we share regular updates there. So next up, we have Philip Kant, who's going to talk to us a little bit more about the core grants program. Philip, I will bring you up now.
Thanks, Becky. Thanks. Hi. So the core grants program is our way of funding critical infrastructure needs and public goods projects. And the way that it works is that if you want to have a new feature or something changed or some project done, you can write an RFC to spawn a discussion within the community about how that feature should look like and whether it's something that we actually want to have. And after that discussion, Mina Foundation can write an RFP in order to encourage teams or individuals to apply for a grant and actually perform whatever is needed. We have regular calls with the community. This month we had the second one, and we saw quite a bit of engagement, lots of questions, so there is good engagement within the community. There's a couple of things that have already passed the RFP stage. So asynchronous circuits have been implemented, side-loading verification keys also by an external partner. ZK oracles, we have selected a couple of proposals and the development has started. Fungible token standard is something that we have done in-house after going through the RFC process, and it's basically in a better stage right now, so you can try it out. We do want to perform an audit before we say that it's really good for use in the wild. Next slide, please. Right. There are a number of projects currently in the RFP stage where we are either still waiting for proposals or already have a couple. There is an API for wallet attestation and an API for wallet providers that we want to standardize, so how like ZK apps can interact with wallets so that you can do the integration once for all the wallets and not have to do that for every wallet individually. And then there is also one that is not like actually asking for a change in code for an API standardization, but rather for a study of like how the tokenomics in Mina look like and make suggestions of how it would be, how we could potentially change it. We've extended the deadline for that one, but by now we have 3 applications and are looking forward to selecting them. There's also a couple of RFCs that are active right now. So the ZK Passport and for a change in the, or for implementing automatic reward distribution on Mina. If you want to get involved with that, the right place for that is, or the right places for that are the Discord server where we have a channel, and there's also the GitHub where all the RFCs are published and the RFPs as well. So with that, thanks, and back to Becky.
Thank you, Philip. So I've dropped a link to the GitHub repo in the chat in YouTube, and I will also drop a link to the Discord server as well. Next up, we have Will from the community team at Mina Foundation to talk to us about ZK Ignite. Will, I will bring you up now. Hey, Will.
Hey, thanks, Becky. So ZK Ignite, as many of you know, is our community-governed innovation fund. We're in the middle of cohort 3. We're wrapping up cohort 3 very soon. We, in the month of May, since the last time that we talked, had our midpoint milestones, and 21 out of the 25 projects who had been funded by the community successfully delivered. And again, that is voted on by a team of reviewers who are also part of, who are leaders from the Mina community. All of the presentations are available on YouTube, so you can go check out what they built. And there's a lot of interesting stuff that's in the works. We have Chloria Wallet, then there's ZK Apps integration. We have DRM Mina, which is a game platform. We have a rate limiting nullifier. We have a Discord bot. We have a IDE for developer. We have for development experience. We have ZK email and ONJS. We have ZK Cloud Worker. We have an ENS resolver on Mina. We have Qualping Dex. We have ZK OK, the ZK app directory. We have OSCAR, which is a ONJS library for a healthcare data standard. We have Sliced, which is a lottery-based group payments, collaborative payment system. We have Pallid Wallet being built. We have SocialCat v2. We have anti-counterfeit protocol using ZK Smart NFC. We have OXO funding platform, which is Launchpad. We have Mina arbitrated contracts, which is a ZK app that lets you create other ZK apps. We have Kimlik DAO, which is a identity solution, or a ZK identity solution within the DAO. We have Mina domain name service, and then we have Pass3 as well, who's building an identity solution. So all of these projects are ongoing. Many of them will be launching on mainnet soon, now that it is possible, but there's still a lot of work that needs to go into it. If you are curious about the state of those projects, hop in the Discord, ask those developers directly. There's a lot of work that's going on to get to production. So, either comment here and I'm happy to point links, or we can see you on Discord as well. We are planning cohort 4, but right now all focus when it comes to ZK Ignite is making sure that these projects have the support they need to deliver and get on mainnet as soon as possible. Oh, I can't hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yes.
Yes, okay, thank you. Well, I'll bring Haresh up to give the navigators update, but if anyone has any questions, please drop them in the chat. Thanks, Will. Hey, Haresh.
Hey, Becky.
Thank you.
Yeah, so Navigators is a developer grant program which is focused mainly on helping Mina developers to accelerate their projects to production. And we do that by funding the strongest teams in the ZK space. And true to the Navigators DNA, we do this by empowering teams to experiment, build, and deploy on Mina. Season 1 of the Navigators has wrapped up, which ran for 6 months. And over those 6 months, we had around 65 developers who contributed to 50 projects. And at the end of the season, we gave out grant prizes to 6 teams, and the prize pool totaled 225,000 Mina. I would once again like to tip my proverbial hat to the winners. And each spot is shared by 2 projects. So the first place was shared by ZK Notary and ZK Arcade, built by Rafael Campos and Tito. ZK Notary is a fork of TLS Notary, and they've done great work to bring us one step closer to the HTTPC vision. Zkanoid is a provable games platform by Andre and team. Again, it's live. You can go and check out their documentation. They put out a lot of work in the community. So cheers to the first place. The second place was shared by ID Mask, which was built by Raidas and Marin. As I understand, this is the first ZK app to be in production. And you can attest identities for Baltic states. Please correct me if I'm wrong. And it was shared by Mina Playground, which was built by Node Dev, which allows you to write Mina programs in your browser. So cheers to the second place. And the third spot was shared between by Mina Anons and Puzzles, which was done by Zero Extract, and ZK Regex and Battleships, which were built by Mahmood. Both these projects introduce a large number of primitives, which we find are very helpful for developers in the ecosystem. So 3 cheers for the third place too. Could we go to the next slide, please? Right. So as the season changes, we have kicked off season 2 of Navigators. The first set of proposals, which are under consideration for funding, are currently live on Mina Research, and they are open for public comments until the 12th of June, which is today. So if you're in the chat, please run over and join the discussion. The 3 proposals which are live are a lottery from Zknoid. There's a ZK Regex enhancement in Node.js. This is a project from the first season. Well, both of them are. And the third proposal is to verify JWT in Node.js. With season 2, we are also introducing a new team called the Navigators Exploration Team. And this comprises from experts from Owen Labs, Mina Foundation, and Community Builder. The idea is to be a little more hands-on with the projects. So they have the technical support both before and after starting to ensure the success. The applications for season 2 are now open, and there should be a link in the chat. If not, I'll just do that in a bit. So please go to the landing page and have a read of it. And if you have any questions, please reach out to me. Could we go to the next one, please? Right. I think I'll speak a little bit about ZK Hack in Krakow too. So teams from Owen and Mina Foundation were at ZK Hack, which is an event where builders and teams who are building interesting stuff on ZK meet. And it's a conference and a hackathon all wrapped into one. So during the hackathon, there were around 40 projects which were submitted at the end. And we were very happy to see 8 of those were being built on Mina. There were 2 bounty tracks. So the first one was from Owen Labs to build crypto primitives. And the winner of this track was Lux and Pablo, who did work on Shamir secret sharing and an implementation on BLS signatures. For Mina Foundation, the bounty track was to build a ZK app chain using the ProtoKit framework. First place to Popcorn, who built a proof of private key ownership using ProtoKit app chain. The second place was by ZK Mina OnRamp. It is an on-ramp and off-ramp solution using signatures from your email. And the third place went to ZK Pass, which is an event management and ticketing using NFTs. So cheers to the winners again. And those are my updates. Back to you, Becky.
Thanks, Haresh. Thanks, Will, as well, for the updates from the community side. If you have any questions, drop them in the chat and the team will get back to you. Next up, we have Remy from the Mina Foundation Protocol Governance team, who is going to give us some updates on what the team has been up to. Remy, I'll hand over to you.
Thank you, Becky, and hello, everyone. So yes, in terms of governance updates from the last month, the first one is that we held a governance fireside / Q&A session on Discord last month, where we discussed further the governance blog post that we published also in May earlier last month. The next update is that we shared the summary of the feedback that we collected about this blog post from the community via Discord, and it's available on the Protocol Governance Announcements Discord channel. If you struggle to find it on Discord, please let me know. I'm happy to help you out. We also created the other channel for general discussion about governance, where everyone is welcome to join and share their knowledge or feedback, comments about anything we propose, or even propose some other additional frameworks. We had very nice ideas and recommendations from the community, so looking forward to hear more from you guys. And the last update is that we plan to publish according to the roadmap presented in the initial blog post. In the next weeks, we plan to present a MIP upgrade, which is basically a proposal of improvements to the existing MIP process. including also MIP template and adding multiple categories and new roles. So please look out for that, and we are more than happy to hear from you about this as well. And to give you a small introduction about the MIP upgrade, why it's needed, what is a MIP process in general, I will invite to the stage Joaquin, who is leading this work stream, and he will tell you more about MIP process. Over to you, Joaquin. Thank you.
Okay, thank you, Remy. Thank you, Becky. Hi, everyone. My name is Joaquin, and I recently joined this wonderful team under the leadership of Remy. And since then, I have been studying the MIP process like 8 hours every day, you know. So we have had conversations with key community members to see what lessons they have learned in their experience following this process. And with their feedback and the comments and everything, we started drafting a proposal that we want to share with you very soon, like in the coming weeks. But first, let's take a step back, and ask ourselves what is a MIP. For those who have never heard about this, this is or a MIP means a Mina improvement proposal, and is our main mechanism for making decisions collectively as a community without central authorities. So it's all about presenting proposals, discussing proposals, and then voting for them and implementing them. So far, this process has worked. It has been used, and now with the feedback that we have, we think that the right moment to improve it or to change it is now, because this Berkeley upgrade opens new possibilities for the Mina network. New people and new companies, organizations, developers are joining the ecosystem, and they are bringing their own ideas and their own culture. So how do we benefit from these ideas, from the best ideas in our growing community, while at the same time we protect Mina's culture and core values? Or does the community want to go in another direction? For example, this is why it's so important, the MIP process, and get it right at this moment. So what we are proposing is 4 major changes to this process. The first change is to introduce new categories for MIPs. So you now not only can propose changes to the core protocol, you can also propose changes to Mina tokenomics and governance processes. As well, we wanted to create, or we're proposing to create a group of subject matter experts who will support MIP authors in refining the proposals, and also provide comprehensive recommendation in favor or against the proposal for information purposes, for the wider community. Third part of our proposal is to introduce mass deliberation tools and public debates to make the MIP process more transparent and more engaging for the community. And last but not least, we want to introduce or establish some guidelines for the implementation phase of the MIP process. So all these changes are in line with our strategic plans that we described in our last blog post. And they are all designed with the purpose of empowering community members to present and discuss proposals. That's the main objective. If you are interested, if you would like to contribute and participate, stay tuned and engage with us in our Discord channels about governance. You can always reach out to us directly, Remy, myself, or the rest of the team members. And stay tuned, because we want to first share this proposal in Mina research so we can open the discussion. We are going to have regular AMA sessions with the community so we can deep dive into the details of this proposal. And then we want to also have a community poll or a survey where the community can give us feedback and let us know if they want us to proceed and continue in this direction. So that's it. Thank you so much, everybody. And back to you, Becky.
Thank you, Joaquin. Remy, I'll bring you back up in case you want to quickly discuss the next steps.
Perfect. Thank you, Becky, and thank you, Joaquin. So yes, in terms of next steps, we are aiming to have monthly governance QA Discord stage on every last Wednesday of each month. So please stay tuned. We are aiming to schedule another one this month and invite you everyone to join. Then also please join the general discussion channel on Discord to basically participate in governance discussions. Everyone is welcome to join and share your thoughts, ideas, or even different governance implementations. We are always happy to learn more, extend our approach, and include other perspectives. And yeah, other than that, I invite you to read blog post, the one that we shared last month, and look forward to another one that we will be soon to be shared. And yeah, happy to get your thoughts and looking forward to see you soon. Thank you. Bye-bye. Over to you, Becky.
Thanks, Remy. Exciting things coming up for the Mina Protocol governance team. So if you want to get involved, join the Discord. I have just dropped a link in the channel, and I've also dropped a couple of links related to the governance topic as well. So for our final segment today, we have guests from O1 Labs. We have Brandon and Deepthi, who are going to share more on the recent Berkeley upgrade. So I will bring them up to the stage. Now, hey, Deepthi. Hey, Brandon.
Hey. Cool. Hey everyone, I'm Deepthi. I'm engineering manager in the protocol team at O1 Labs. I've been part of this project since 2018. So this is very, very, very exciting. And I thought I'll take you all through a trip down the memory lane. And since when we started working on this project. And so yeah, we started working on ZK apps in 2021. And if you all know, on mainnet, there were only payments, stake delegation, which kind of transactions, which only sent tokens from one account to another. And in case of stake delegation, you were able to set your delegate. But this ZK apps brings about a whole new transaction model, through which you can update a lot of the other fields of in an account. And for this, we needed a new kind of model for transactions in Mina. And so the first step of this was how exactly does transaction application take place? What are the how does the transaction snark changes happen? And so we were like heads down getting this implemented, starting at the core, which is the transaction application and transaction snark. And then from there on, kind of implementing the impact on the rest of the protocol, which is the transaction pool, archive node, block reduction, the gossip layer. We worked on a lot of known performance impacts, like transaction snark time, gossip load, and other like known DOS attacks, because now the ZK transaction is bigger, different than regular payments. So there are a lot of things to consider on that side of things. A huge part of this during this time we spent on testing as well. Our testing mainly focused on generating random ZK transactions, first testing, but also around this time, O1JS team was working on O1JS, and there were example ZK apps that we could use and test as well. And that was really helpful to kind of understand the interfaces as well. Around this time is when we also launched the Berkeley testnet, which a lot of the community members participated and tested their ZK apps. A lot of ZK app developers were trying it out and testing how it works. That helped us as well in testing the whole protocol. Yeah, so that's kind of the overview of 2021, 2022. Next slide, please. Thank you. And then this kind of continued. We heavily invested in a lot of testing tools and uncovered more bugs, unknown bugs, and fixed them as well. So one example, I don't know if the folks, I don't know if who all are at this call at the moment, but there was DOS vulnerability that we found that required like a different implementation in terms of how transactions are applied from transaction pool into block. And that was quite a big change as well. So all of this is from like rigorous testing on our side, and we want to make sure that we had very comfortable test coverage as well. Around this time is also when we started the upgrade mechanism discussion that led to what we did on June 4th, and that was starting from like how we would transition from current mainnet to the Berkeley version, yeah, I guess, and then around later in 2023, we also launched the incentivized testnet, and that was when we focused mostly on load testing, where community members participated and ran this transaction generator and all the tool set that we had for testing load on Mina, with various kinds of Zcap transactions, some with lots of proofs, some with lots of account updates and all of that. And we encountered some performance issues. We fixed them during the incentivized testnet and made sure, by the end of it, we were comfortable with the end product that is Berkeley. Yeah, that the testnet continued in 2024, and we got to a point where we had a Berkeley code base that we were ready to ship with, and that's when our focus went into the actual upgrade process itself, like the tooling, the release changes, CI, all of that's required to perform the upgrade. And then came the million dry runs that we did for the upgrade itself. I think we did around four rounds of like testing on the upgrade mechanism itself before we did the upgrade mechanism testing with the community, which was from which we got a lot of feedback, a lot of input, and then we incorporated those, and then we did the DevNet upgrade, during which we also got a lot of feedback on archive node, and we improved on that as well. After DevNet upgrade, it was time for the real deal, and so we did a lot of mainnet dry runs, which is using mainnet sort of signatures as well, and I believe we did 4 more, and this included emergency, our readiness in the event of emergency hard fork scenarios as well. So we were trying to cover on, again, our focus was to make sure that we are ready for any event, and yeah, that's like four dry runs after that, and then finally we did the mainnet upgrade. And it was on the technical side of things, it, like Salah mentioned previously, it was very smooth, and we were very happy with how it went. Yeah, yes, that's that. And then next slide. Yeah, I guess, yeah, we're super proud of this, and just can't wait to see what the community builds on Mina. Like, it's this upgrade kind of brings a ZK platform that is first of its kind on a layer 1 on mainnet, and this is as real as it can get, and to the beginning of a new paradigm. And so I'm super excited, and I cannot wait to see how folks use it, and also how the platform itself evolves based on the use cases, right? So yeah, I'm super excited. I know my team is super excited, and yeah, that's it.
And I'm excited.
Yes, and yes, and a huge huge shout out to the Mina community as well, starting from like the Berkeley testnet, which was just a rough kind of code base where we were testing and making changes, and continuing to test, start from there till the upgrade mechanism testing. It's been amazing, like the support from community, the willingness to test, and their willingness to keep accepting new releases and continuing to test. It's huge shout out to the team, to the community.
Okay. And now I'm excited. Here we go. Here's the transition. Thanks, DP. Yeah. So I'm. I guess I should introduce myself. I'm Brandon. I was a founding engineer at O1, and now I'm the CEO. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the new Mina. So there's this nice matrix here that I pulled out of the Reintroducing Mina blog post. It's on the Mina protocol website. If you haven't read it, please read it. It's amazing. The origin of this chart is from Nathan, one of the co-heads of technology at OM Labs. Gotta give him props. But yeah, so just I want to talk through it because I think it's really cool. So on the y-axis, there's replicated and distributed. Okay, like replicated is something that happens over and over and over and over again. It's very wasteful. Distributed is if you have like a lot of things to do, you split them up, and each piece is done one at a time, once, and then combined. Right? Okay. On the x-axis here, there's permissioned. That's like centralized, not a blockchain, that kind of thing. And then permissionless, it's like Web3, blockchains, fun stuff. Okay. So permission and replicated is like a simple SQL database, if you're familiar with that, or like a web page. Like when you access a web page, you're like pulling data from some server, and that some code is running on your machine. And if there's 20 people or 20 million people loading website, there's 20 million executions of that stuff. Okay. Like a distributed permission system is maybe a database like Bigtable. This is like in the Google world, or some sort of a similar simple example is like a web server. There's a web server. If you access google.com, there's not one big google.com server, and your particular request isn't being handled 50 different times, or by 50 different machines. You get routed to some machine and it executes that. Okay. Then there's permissionless replicated, and that's like Ethereum or other blockchains. So it's permissionless, which is awesome, but the computation is replicated. Every node in the network is executing every instruction, etc. Right? And Mina is in that box on the bottom right, and that's cool. And why is that cool? So it eliminates redundancy, reduces bloat, enables like an unprecedented amount of scalability and efficiency. And this is done through this like proof of everything. It's like super decentralized. It's permissionless. Anyone can access and contribute it. We're starting to say like what Mina really enables is this internet of true things. It brings the ability for any user, anyone to share proof of correctness of some computation, and it's like super efficient. Like something only ever needs to execute once in this like giant computation that's constantly running. And this combination of like scalability, data integrity, openness, it unlocks this new paradigm of applications and use cases that haven't been possible before. And we're starting to see them as people in the community are building, and there's more that we're going to create or that you all will create as the platform evolves. I guess like this sort of leads me to where the community comes in. we at I guess I can speak for OM Labs, but I think others agree in the ecosystem. Like, we're really excited to explore the potential of this like new kind of platform. So, like, please get involved. Join the Mina Foundation developer programs that we talked about today. Reach out to our team. Our doors are open. We've even hired. Like, we're starting to staff up. Actually, we've hired all the roles already. Just not everyone has started yet. But we've staffed up an exploration engineering team, who will, whose charter, one of their core charters is to work on use cases, prototypes, improving the developer journey, and really like making this, realizing this Internet of Treatments. So really, really excited. And just to mirror what everyone is saying, like, I'm super, super proud of all of us, of the Mina community, the ecosystem. Like, we shipped a big thing. It's revolutionary. We are the first project to ever ship a general purpose programmable ZK platform that's actually decentralized and real, and it's amazing. So thanks, everyone. Yeah, Becky, you can come back.
Thank you, Brendan. Thank you, Deepthi. I will remove you quickly off the stage. But yeah, that was a great update from you both. And if you want to learn more, I've just dropped a link to the Reintroducing Mina blog in the chat. That's all of the updates we have for today, but you can find all of the links in the comments. I can share them in Discord as well afterwards. If you want to get involved, make sure to join the Discord server and join us for the town hall next month. If you have any feedback or questions or suggestions for the next town hall, please reach out to us in Discord. Thank you again to the community. Thank you to all of the speakers, and we look forward to seeing you next month. See you all soon. Thank you.